What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I know I've been gone for a few days. I know I got to talk about Drake this. I know I got to talk about a whole lot of other topics that I want to get to, and I'm going to get to it, right? But right now, something else happened recently that I have to address, and that's the death of Mr. Orenthal James Simpson, aka O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson passed away on April 10th due to complications from cancer, right? And so the question remains, how will O.J. Simpson be remembered? Unfortunately for the family of O.J. Simpson, he will be mainly remembered for the infamous murder trial, right? That murder trial it made O.J. Simpson, I believe, like universally known. There are a lot of people that don't even know about O.J. Simpson really being a football player. They just know about the murder trial, and if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Shout out to Johnny Cochran, famous lawyer who did excellent work to get the result that Mr. Orenthal James Simpson was looking for, him being proven not guilty, right? But I'm going to say this, man. O.J. Simpson, for being remembered for the murder trial and all of that, O.J. Simpson was also hellified, an amazing football player. My father used to talk to me about how O.J. Simpson was a bad boy on that field. O.J. Simpson was a, five-time Pro Bowler, five-time first-team All-Pro, first player to ever rush for 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. I don't think people realize how hard that is to do. In 14 games, NFL plays, 3 more games now, right? In 14 games, he ran for 2,000 yards. He was sensational, a Heisman Trophy winner, league MVP in the NFL, was a movie star. He was the dude. OJ he was the juice. He had the juice, literally. He was in movies, commercials, jumping over suitcases in airports, all of that. Funny enough, man, I played O.J. Simpson in a play at Mississippi Valley State University. Shout out to my HBCU, man. We did a play called The Ride, which is a depiction of the conversation in the white Bronco between O.J. Simpson and his close friend Al Cowlins, right? And me and my boy Melvin, we did that play for our theater class at Mississippi Valley State University. That is when I really began doing my research on the whole O.J. Simpson murder trial and all of that. And then shortly after that, because I did the play in 2014. Shortly after that, 2 years later, The People versus O.J. Simpson comes out, and it's aired on Netflix. I believe it was Netflix. And I was watching it, and that's where we see Cuba Gooding Jr. playing O.J. Simpson. You see him going through all these different emotions about him being charged with murder, and he's on trial, and he is stressing out and trying to figure out how to cope with everything, and also we see the relationship dwindle between O.J. Simpson and Robert Kardashian, the father of the Kardashian sisters and brother and all of that, right? But yeah, man. So I started doing my research then, and that's when I found out, man, all these different things about O.J. Now, what was really interesting to me about the trial was that a lot of black folks didn't really care for O.J. Simpson. A lot of black folks looked at O.J. as a sellout. I'm not black, I'm O.J. They felt like he tried to purposely separate himself from black American people. And black folks don't like that type of shit. When you try to separate yourself, it don't go over well with us. And so they didn't really care for him. But during the time of the trial, a lot of black folks celebrated O.J. Simpson winning because they had never in their life thought that they would ever see a black man be able to win a murder case involving a white woman with the American justice system. And of course, O.J.'s celebrity stature played a part. Him being able to hire the lawyers like Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian, etc., those things helped without question, and them using the angle that the black American people, that resonated with black American people. Damn, when a black man is charged with this, he's always looked at as guilty. And so Johnny Cochran and them did their work, and O.J. Simpson walked as a free man, not guilty. Later on, O.J. Simpson would go to jail for about, how long was O.J. in jail, man? O.J. went to jail because later on he went to jail for stealing some paraphernalia, right? Of his own paraphernalia, he went to jail for that. And that's when everybody knew O.J., they was trying to get you the first time. You do something else, you're gonna go to jail. And he stole his paraphernalia. He ended up going to jail. And he went, how long? Let me see. How long did O.J. Simpson was O.J. in jail? He was in jail for 9 years. Was in jail for 9 years. Was released. What was he released when? At his hearing. When was he released? He got released in 2021, right? And so from him being released in jail after, he went to jail for stealing paraphernalia, etc., I saw something happen that I didn't think would happen. Because I remember when he first was released, black folks was like, they didn't care. Hey, who cares about OJ? Because again, I remember people in my family, people in the black American community being like, yo, we don't fuck with OJ. Because OJ never really, he tried to distance himself from us. He tried to separate himself from us as best as possible and be something different. And that's just shunned in our community. You black first. That's how black Americans rock. You black first. So when he get out of jail, I see him rebrand himself from the It Is What It Is podcast, getting on there with Cameron and Mace, put him in a different light. Now, people would always tell you that O.J. Simpson was very charming. That's why he was on movies like The Naked Gun and all of that, right? Why people was flocking to him because they felt like he always had a charming personality. But he got on camera with Mace and Cameron, rappers from my childhood time. And people would say it's really not my childhood because I was so young when they came out. I'm only 31 years old. But Mace and Cameron was music I was listening to because of my brothers and my uncles and my auntie, etc. Right? So you on a show with Mace and Cameron, it gives you a platform to to my generation. Some people probably in their late 20s, people in their 40s and 50s, they listen to Cameron and Mace coming up. So they was watching the It Is What It Is platform. And OJ was very witty. He was very he was again witty, which is funny. He provided excellent analysis. He can come off very charming. He could, he was really, really insightful in the game of football, as you would expect a former NFL MVP to be in 2,000-yard rusher in one season, right? But yeah, man, the It Is What It Is podcast with Cameron and Mace helped to rebrand OJ from being Killer OJ, to Uncle O before he passed. So in his a year, he been on It Is What It Is for like a year. He was able to rebrand himself successfully with black American people to where now you see black folks celebrating his life, some mourning him or whatever, some, just like, yo, rest in peace to OJ, which you probably wouldn't have saw if people weren't able to see that side of him on the It Is What It Is podcast. I got to give credit to Cam and Mace, right? Because that show helped to humanize him and make him palatable again to black American people before his passing. You know what I mean? So regardless of what you feel about OJ, I'm not going to mourn. I'm not going to celebrate his death or nothing like that at all. I'm just going to provide y'all with the facts and talk about it. But he is a polarizing figure in American culture. And but he was able to rebrand himself with black folks after black folks looked at him as a sellout and they started calling him Uncle O. So wow.